Labor Day?
Yes, because everybody has gotten their ACT scores to get to college, and
Okay.
so I'm taking a break until September.
Oh, September, okay, so in September, when are you going to be doing in September?
I'll start it up in Labor Day.
Hey, man.
ACT, and what grades are you?
9th to 12th.
9th to 12th.
9th to 12th.
And you do that normally, hey man.
Hey, ladies.
Hey, how y'all doing? How you doing?
Oh, man.
So that's all right, that's all right. Wisdom. Wisdom.
He gonna get that one.
Look, he's got more gray hair like that.
What's up, man? You feeling all right?
Think of the alternative.
Yeah, oh yeah, yeah. I get it. Yeah.
Hey, what's up?
Yeah.
How you doing?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's my best friend. Okay, then. I'm trying to be. Look out for my girl.
What's up?
He started Monday.
It's 6 o'clock, yeah.
Hey. Oh, I'm sorry.
I can't believe you beat me here.
Ah.
A couple of days.
Every time.
I thought you were gonna sit over there. Beat up a couple of days.
The bug.
You ain't really I'm trying to get
I had it up for sale, but
Talk to me.
we'll talk about it.
I couldn't
Talking about both legs.
I
I had some work done on it. I got a little bit.
What you trying to tell me? Don't speak clearly.
upset over your.
Put it in global so that
Damn, you don't speak clearly. How you
Yes,
doing?
ma'am.
just know you're not on my list.
All right.
You don't speak clearly like you don't come on time.
Whatever.
You know, we do what we can.
Test. Tim, turn it up a little bit. Test. There we go. Okay, man. Thank you. Yeah, that's some good news. Yes, sir. All right, we got an introduction tonight for the it's just an introduction for the ordinances, but I will go over a few things.
The recycling thing.
What month, if you tell me what month it is, I'll probably be signing for you. Huh?
30.
Test. All right, y'all ready? We got a quorum, Mr. President.
Yes.
Can you do the pledge? Dr. Vincent, can you do the pledge for us, please, sir?
Yes.
All right. Let's bring this meeting to order. Meeting of City Council, City of Baker. Invocation be done by Pastor Murphy. Pledge allegiance by Dr. Charles Vincent. Please stand.
Let us pray. Lord, we thank you for another opportunity, another day. Bless us this night. And Lord, allow us, our hearts and our minds to be together as we do business for the great city of Baker. Thank you. In Jesus' name, amen.
Amen.
Let us do the pledge.
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Hey, Ash. Hey, can we make sure, because there's going to be a lot of people coming in that way, can we make sure yeah. Okay. All right, thank you. All right, good evening, colleagues. It's just us, so we're going to take care of the business of the city. Let me go ahead and read this public comment and meeting statement. An opportunity for public comment shall be observed before a vote is taken on any agenda item. Once recognized by the mayor, the presiding officer over the meeting, the person given the floor should identify the specific agenda item upon which he or she wishes to provide a comment and shall limit his or her comments to matters that are strictly relevant to that agenda item. Commentary or comments shall not exceed 3 minutes per person. These minutes cannot be shared or given to another person. Direct dialogue, debate, or back and forth discussion between individual council members, the mayor, and members of the public shall not be permitted, except that the mayor or the presiding officer may allow brief clarifying questions to ensure understanding of a speaker's remarks or questions. All participants should observe standards of civility, avoiding personal attacks, disruptive behavior, or comments unrelated to the public business of the council. The mayor or the presiding officer shall have the authority to enforce time limits, rule comments out of order if they are disruptive, repetitive, irrelevant, or in violation of these rules, and terminate or limit commentary in order to preserve decorum or allow the council to proceed with its agenda. Also, if you are listening, which we know that is fixed now, that you're listening now, if you have any questions or comments, please call 778-0300. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I will entertain a motion to adopt the minutes from the previous meeting with any changes.
I move acceptance of the minutes from the previous meeting with any changes if necessary.
A motion by Vincent,
Second.
second by Collins and Murphy. Any questions or comments? Questions or comments? Hearing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All right, we have no recognitions tonight, no planning and zoning matters tonight. We do have resolution and proclamations. It's your show, Dr. Vincent.
Okay, very good. Thank you so much, Mayor. Good evening, everyone. The first resolution deals with, let me find my minutes here. I was looking for, I think the first resolution is the one that deals with the
ALS.
ALS. Thank you. That is a very cruel disease, as one of my previous colleagues would say. It's a disease from hell almost. And I had a young friend to die as a result of ALS. Very debilitating. He was in his 40s. And so I supported his efforts to do demonstrations and marches and raise funds for it. And I still do that. And I just want us to know about it with this resolution. So, Mr. Attorney, if you'd be so pleased as to read that one, I'll move for adoption.
Whereas amyotrophic lateral sclerosis, ALS, known by many as Lou Gehrig's disease, is a progressive, fatal, neurodegenerative disease that attacks nerve cells in the brain and spinal cord, making even the simplest movements, including walking, speaking, gesturing, nearly impossible. And whereas approximately 30,000 individuals in the United States are afflicted with ALS at any given time, with 5,000 new cases appearing each year. And whereas approximately 15 new cases of ALS are diagnosed every day, with a person losing their battle with the disease every 90 minutes. And whereas ALS strikes people regardless of race, sex, age, or ethnicity. And whereas finding the causes of and cure for ALS will prevent the disease from robbing hundreds of thousands of Americans of their dignity and lives. And whereas aggressive treatments of the symptoms of ALS can extend the lives of those living with the disease. And whereas raising public awareness of this disease will facilitate the discovery of a cure and bring much needed dollars for support and services for families dealing with ALS. Now therefore, the Mayor and City Council of the City of Baker, Parish of East Baton Rouge, State of Louisiana do declare and proclaim the month of May 2026 as ALS Awareness Month.
Thank you so much, and let me thank Angela for assisting me with this. If there are no more questions or comments about it, I move adoption of this resolution, and I'll make sure we get it to the proper authority and the people who deal with this. But it's a very difficult once you have loved ones with it. I move adoption.
I have a motion by Vincent. I entertain a second by Murphy. Any questions or comments? Any questions or comments? Hearing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Ayes have it. Item number 2, Dr. Vincent.
Okay, the second one deals with lupus, and I didn't have a chance to contact my neighbor who does that, and maybe she's on the call and want to make a comment. But this is another disease that, and you'll be surprised at how many people are dealing with this. And I was talking to someone who's dealing with this, and she was telling me you can look at your fingernails to give you some signs in terms of lupus. But this is another very crippling disease that we need to know more about. And Madam Attorney, if you'd be so kind as to move and give us those stats on it, I'll move for adoption.
Whereas lupus is a chronic autoimmune disease that can damage any part of the body, skin, joints, and/or organs inside the body by the autoimmune system producing antibodies to cells within the body, leading to widespread inflammation and tissue damage and belief that something is wrong. And whereas approximately 1.5 million people in the United States are living with lupus, 90% of people diagnosed with the disease are women in childbearing years, and as many as 1 in 250 people may develop lupus. And whereas the city of Baker calls attention to the need for people locally across Louisiana and around the world to unite in support of individuals, families, friends, and communities affected by this disease financially, physically, socially, and emotionally, and to renew our commitment to finding a cure and improving the well-being and quality of life for all those affected by the disease. And whereas Lupus Awareness Month encourages all citizens to learn more about lupus and the 4 different types, I'm not going to butcher the different types,
Okay.
but they need to work together to raise awareness of the silent epidemic and treatment of lupus among the residents of our city, state, and around the world. Now, therefore, the mayor and city council for the city of Baker, Louisiana, do hereby proclaim and declare that May 2026 shall be known as Lupus Awareness Month.
Okay. Thank you so much. And as she said, there are several varieties of this, and it's one that many individuals have, and they don't let you know about it, but it is a very devastating disease. So I move adoption of this proclamation, and I'll make sure that I get it to the proper organizations that deals with this.
I have a motion by Vincent, second by Dunn. Any questions or comments? Questions or comments? Hearing none. All those in favor say aye. Aye. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Ayes have it. Thank you. All right. Introduction to new business. You should have your budget in front of you. And as the mayor always does, this is an introduction for the budget. The budget will sit for 3 weeks outside. Anybody can see it. And then Mary Sue is going to give you all a call. If you have any questions, you'll sit down one-on-one. Simply speaking, the budget is proposed by the mayor and adopted by the city council. It is composed of 2 main documents, the operating budget and the capital budget program. Operating budgets are required for general fund and special revenue funds. Its format requests detailed listing of revenues and modified lump sums for expenditures in accordance with the article of the city charter. The governmental fund begins budget presented here, however, provide a detailed listing of expenditures by department to provide additional accountability and transparency, while operating budget is not required for priority funds. The capital budget includes expenditures for long-lived assets, infrastructure, and capital projects required to deliver the day-to-day services provided by the city. It includes a capital program that consists of anticipated needs or a project planned over the next 4 years. All right. During the budget preparation period, department heads submit their requests for purchases and capital needs to the finance person. All right. And so you can read the rest of that. The delivery of the budget to the city council is initially made on about May 15th. That's where we're right on time here. After completing the public hearings and deliberative process, the city council votes to adopt the budget no later than June 30th. So we got time to sit down and look at it, and we've been through this before. Yes. A printed copy of the budget will be available at City Hall for public inspection following the introduction of the ordinances, okay?
Don't we have a workshop on this yet?
Yes, we do.
Thursday?
This week, yes.
Now, you got a workshop for the audit. She's going to call y'all on the budget one by one, okay?
Oh, she's gonna call us?
Yeah, she's going to call us.
She
Yeah,
ain't
we're going
gonna
to say
wait
that.
till the last minute.
No.
All right, well, we know Mary Sue.
Yeah, she's not gonna wait till the
Okay.
last minute. We already they calling with a date now. All right, so the city of Baker utilizes funds for reporting purposes: the general fund, the special revenue fund, and priority fund.
Okay.
Sales tax, including trade and motor vehicles, is crucial to the city's ability to provide basic services to its citizens. The city realizes nearly 71% of the current year budget sales as of April 30th. We're always going to be 90 days behind. Anticipated increases in both commercial businesses locating the Baker and additional residents suggest that there will be a material increase in sales tax. All right?
Okay.
Actually, the next item is, because I'm just reading from the,
You said an increase in the sales tax?
yeah, it could be a material increase in sales tax.
So we already just put that in every time?
What
Or
you mean?
You say it could be,
It could be.
but I'm just
yeah,
saying,
because
it's not sure. I'm
we're
saying,
not-
do they put it in the budget just for,
it could be. Remember, we're 90 days behind, so this is just for April. So it could be an increase.
oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, because
Yeah.
they haven't.
Yeah, we
included
haven't
that.
because we don't. You still got 90. You still got 120 days left in it, and so the
Okay.
revenues are still coming in. So if you
Okay.
look at,
Okay.
Yeah.
No, I was just trying to
Yeah.
get the clarity on it. I was
Yeah.
just saying, was this something that was put into the budget and that we was,
No, this-
projecting to the future?
this is telling you what happened, and this what's happening now.
Right
So,
now.
Yeah. All right.
Now-
So the 2027 budget, this is the budget we're talking about now, includes expenditures of about $1 million for education, recreation, cultural, and community events and economic development.
What
Okay.
page you on?
Now,
Well,
now,
for, but you're gonna get a chance to
I
read
know,
this.
read
I'm
it,
just
yeah.
gonna
I know
summarize.
what you're going through, we're just trying to follow
Right.
you, that's all.
okay.
Yeah.
So this is the one that's in our box now for June of 2027.
Right. Yeah.
And the one that you're introducing
Is this the same?
is the current for 2025,
2027.
27.
Yeah,
Oh,
this-
this one here.
Yeah, this one here.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
What I'm doing is I'm going over the summary of
Okay.
the mayor's message.
Okay, so
Okay.
the audited one, we're not
The
doing
auditor one, yeah,
anything
you're
on
gonna
that
talk about
tonight.
that
Thursday.
Thursday.
Okay.
The auditor gonna come in and talk about that.
Okay.
Okay, so, all right, so the budget recognizes a slight increase in license and permits as ongoing residential and commercial growth is anticipated over the next couple of years. Opportunities stemming from 2 economic development districts within the city's boundaries are coming to fruition. Annexation is being studied for feasibility of expanding the city boundaries and its commercial and residential base. Infrastructure enhancement and improvements have been completed with more currently under construction to accommodate the growth. All right, so expenditures on page 5 of governmental funds. As any service organization, the most significant costs are related to employees, salaries, retirement, insurance, etc. The city strives to be competitive in this area to attract well-qualified individuals and to create an atmosphere that fosters longevity. Rising insurance and retirement costs continue to challenge the goal, but the city has managed to anticipate an increase in salaries for all fire, police, and municipal employees at 2%, in a 2% raise. And we continue to try to give them something every year. An increase in retirement benefits is synonymous with increase in wages and is an expense outside of the city's control. We can't control the benefits and retirement benefits and how they go up. Retirement benefits paid by the city set the governing authority of each retirement system annually will decrease from 28% to 27% for the municipal employees. It'll have a decrease from 33.25% to 32% for firefighters, and an anticipated decrease from 33 to 475% to 29.35% for police officers. We pay into 3 different retirement systems,
Okay.
and so they pay into it, and then the city pays into it.
So on this here part, just let's short, they gonna get a decrease this time.
The systems are decreasing right now. That means that that's less money that we got to pay into it right now.
Okay, and that's less, would that be less money, would that be more money that they receive or less money that they receive?
That's that.
'Cause
They're,
I know I
they're,
got a person that I'm gonna have this here question with.
yeah, what they receive is what they're going to receive. This is what we pay into. These accounting for more than 71% of that. Public safety is 48%, which I ran on 48%. We all ran on that. We pay a lot of money for police, fire, and public works. Public works is basically 23.4%, which is garbage and infrastructure. So that total right there, that's 71% of the budget. Public safety and public works.
Now, let me ask you this here, Mayor. Since we, talking about putting the firefighters on the ballot and everything, would this be a decrease somewhere down the line for us if it passed for them and they
If it
became
passed for
their
them,
own?
then that's something, yeah, they'll be coming out their millage.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so that we wouldn't have to pay that expense. That's the question I'm asking.
Yeah, but the budget is an anticipated deal. That's just for salaries, everything else. So that's still gonna be 50% of my budget for public service. That's for public safety. That's gonna be fire. They got all the equipment. That's just for the salaries. The millage is just for the salaries. That's not gonna cover all the equipment, all the expenses.
So the
the
salary
maintenance.
is not included in this?
No.
Thank you.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's not included in that. All
How
right,
they
so
get paid then?
They get paid from the salary, but it's not included in the public sector that we do. It's salaries, and you take the salaries out, it's still gonna be about 50% between the two of them, because the police are still there.
Okay, well, I'm talking to Mayor Sue about that, just get clarity, but I'll just wanna have understanding of it. That's
Yeah, you got a long time. You could call me and talk. We could talk about it. So that is basically the summary of the statement on that. Got any other questions? So that's what I'm doing it for. That's why I give you the summary. You can go ahead and read it yourself, but that is the mayor's message. Those are the goals that we have set, and we base the goals on what happened last year, on what the budget looked like last year, and that's how we move forward. So we was able to squeeze that 2% in. We gave them 4% last year, and I think we gave them a raise the year before that. So we're going to continue to try to give those raises, but it is a balanced budget. It's balanced. So when you say balance, it has to be balanced between revenues coming in, and that's all anticipated revenues coming in, and what we expect to spend. So it's a balanced budget.
So I understand what you're saying about anticipated budget.
Right.
And I appreciate the report. So in piggybacking off of what Councilman Dunn was mentioning, I think it's important that we know as a community, with the fire department wanting to bring something to the table for us to vote on, then, and currently the expenditures that we have here in the fire department, and I know that it's blended as it shows right here between the fire department and police department at
But in the
48%.
book, you can go and look at their
Yeah.
own budget. They got the separated budget in there.
So the question, since Councilwoman Dunn brought it up, and then we're talking about them being a part of our budget, is in the event that the city does, that the residents do vote yes for the fire department to get the millage that's allocated towards the fire department, does then that in turn creates a surplus or additional funds that come back into the city? Am I correct?
It's an anticipated, the
It's
funds are
anticipated.
not, that's not real.
I understand,
Okay.
but
Yeah,
it's
but
anticipated.
we can anticipate that there'll be a little cushion somewhere.
Right, right.
All right.
Okay.
And we'll move it from there. But if they do get the millage, that means that those salaries, the benefits, the millage is only gonna pay for their salaries.
Right.
The benefits, retirements, all that's still gonna come from the city. That's all the millage is gonna pay for. It's gonna pay for, you make this amount of money an hour. type
Yeah,
deal.
but I think what we both were saying is the salary part, would
Yeah.
we receive back as
Get a little cushion. We'll get a little cushion.
a city to
Right.
receive that funding back
Yeah.
to our,
It
so
should-
that way we'll be able to do other things. It'd be something that be contribute toward the city for a benefit
No,
or
it'll,
assets.
it'll stay toward public safety. Because if you look at it, it's all toward public safety. So if they get the millage, if the millage comes through, then we won't be responsible for their salary.
Right. So
Okay.
that's a plus for us.
That's a
They
plus.
salary.
Their salaries.
So
and
that's coming
that'll
back
help
into
out.
the city.
That cushion will come back.
Right. So
Yeah.
what I'm saying is with that cushion, it's like a benefit to the city.
Yes, a benefit with the city, but we'll just take that money and go and put that money, the money that we would use for salary, we would put it into the maintenance of the trucks and all that other stuff that it takes the cost to run it. The salaries is just one part of the fire department and what they use. All their maintenance stuff, that'll help us out. And remember now, when you go through there and you look at their budget, I think their budget is about $3 million, $3.5 million. And if you read what I just read, the cost for everybody is, the biggest cost that we have is the salaries. Always gonna be salaries, retirements, and benefits. That's gonna be a big cost. And retirements and benefits are going up. The benefits are going up because of insurance. But yeah, that's gonna give us a little cushion. We'll see
Okay.
when it happens. If we get the millage, we'll see what it looks like in the next year's budget.
So when we have to come back and do any amendments, or we'll just go?
You don't have to do the amendments. Once it passes, and that's it. You'll see it on the next year's budget. When we come back for the budget next year, you'll see if we get the millage, we'll see what it looked like then.
And that funding becomes effective at what point? If
It won't become I think the resolution said that when we passed that, if they passed it, it won't become effective to 2027.
And so,
Yeah, but half the budget year is gone then.
Okay.
Because our budget year is from June 30th until, it's from, June
July
30th,
1st.
from July 1st to June 30th.
30, yeah.
Yeah, so that would only be half of the budget year.
Okay,
But we'll be able to see a difference then.
all right.
okay.
That's good. I think it's good.
Any other questions?
Okay. let me just say this, because I haven't had a chance to kind of digest all of this, I'm going to, once you offer those, I know you have the votes, and I'm scheduled to receive some more information from Mary Sue. I'm going to abstain from voting for this introduction so that that won't be a shock to anyone. And after I look at it, and later when we introduce it and everything, I have no problem with it, but I want to study it.
That's the purpose of the public hearing that we have, and
That's right.
we got 30 days for a public hearing. So you introduce it now,
Okay.
get all your questions answered by then,
Yes.
and then when we come back to the public hearing, we do it. We do it, been doing this year for years.
That's
It-
right,
it-
that's right.
So
that's right.
you don't have to abstain. You get your questions answered because we don't need to pass it until, and I read that, the budget doesn't need to be adopted until June 30th.
Oh, okay,
And so it's the last Thursday in the month, June 20th or something like that.
Okay, so you're not
You
going
got- we got
to
almost
introduce
30
it tonight, huh?
Yeah, we got,
Yeah,
yeah.
Oh,
We just
that's what I'm
introduced it.
saying,
Yeah.
yes,
So it
So-
doesn't matter, what
yes.
he's saying, it doesn't really matter,
That's right, we
Dr.
don't pay, I know,
We don't
we
pass.
introduce it and then we study it and,
Right.
but I'm going to abstain from the introduction, yes, until I have a chance to look at it closely.
So when you do that, then we have to get a motion, and then, we have
Okay,
to get a motion so you can abstain. But I don't understand, how would you abstain? You got 30 days to talk about it. All you doing is introducing
Yes.
it into, it's the way the system works.
Okay,
That's-
now, she said the last time I didn't have to get an abstention passed by this body.
No, you don't have to abstain. There's no need for you to abstain. It's just an introduction,
That's,
introducing the bills.
okay,
But then
so
when it comes back to public hearing,
Right.
then
that's
you,
where you have to get an
if you don't
abstain.
agree
Okay.
with anything within the
Right.
budget, you would abstain at that time.
Okay, okay,
Right, just so
So-
we want to get it in there. And then it's going to
Okay.
sit, and then she's going to call you. So you got 30 days. So she's going to
Okay.
call you. So, I mean,
And-
we'll
and-
set up the day. We do it like this all the time.
Okay.
But here's the deal. The bottom line, it is a balanced budget, but you'll get
Yeah.
a chance to go through it. And then the paperwork that you normally ask for,
yes.
we just
that's-
gave you that again. Give you the same thing.
Okay, I haven't gotten it, so that's why I'm gonna
I
just.
thought I sent it to you.
Okay,
I sent you all that stuff you asked for every
no,
year.
no, I asked for more than was sent. If you're talking about several weeks ago, and I
Right.
text her and asked for more.
Text me and ask me for it so I
Okay,
can make sure you get it.
okay, okay.
Okay. But she was busy trying
Busy,
to close out the audit
yeah,
and the
I
budget
know,
at the
I
same
know.
time.
That's
All right.
why I had done it in enough time. I thought she'd have enough time, but I do understand that.
Yeah, it's a lot. All right.
It's a lot.
Any questions or comments? All right, we're just gonna go ahead and call for the vote. Can I get a motion to go ahead and introduce this, budget?
I make a
2027?
motion that we Introduce the budget 2026 to 2027.
You know what? I can't do that.
One at a time.
Can't do one at a time.
You have to do one at a time.
Yeah.
That's-
All right. So, I want to introduce ordinance 2026-14, an ordinance to adopt the operating budget of the general fund. I get a motion?
I make a motion that we introduce ordinance 2026-14, an ordinance to adopt the operation and budget of general funds.
Second.
Revenue and expenditure.
A motion by Dunn, second by Murphy. Any questions or comments? Questions or comments? Hearing none, all those in favor say aye. Aye. All right. Ordinance 2026-15, an ordinance to adopt the operating budget of special revenue funds and expenditures.
Mr. Mayor, I make that motion to introduce ordinance 26-15, an ordinance to adopt the operating budget of special revenue funds.
All right, got a motion by Murphy, get a second.
Second.
Second by Dunn. Any questions? Any comments? Questions, comments? Hearing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Item number 3. Introduce ordinance 2026-16, an ordinance to adopt the capital budget and capital program of government fundings.
Mayor, can we back up a little bit?
Yeah.
Councilman Vincent is not voting, so for clarity, you need to, state that, because we don't want to have this here problem later on.
Okay, so you not voting?
No, I'm not.
You're not gonna vote? All right, so we already got to vote for that, so from here on, we'll just call the votes by district. All right? Okay, that's good.
So you need to
No,
So actually, you need to go back, and you can abstain, because this is simply notice. And
Okay.
you can't abstain from receiving notice
Okay.
that they intend to call a public hearing on these items. What
Okay.
you can do is waive notice, but that's still pointless because you are aware that there will be a public hearing
Okay.
held on
Well,
each one of these
I'm
matters.
gonna wait notice up to no, yeah, that's.
So can you go back and
Yeah,
call them?
so,
one by
all
one?
right, so we have to get a motion to go back to item number 1 under new business.
A
Get a
motion
motion,
to go back to item number 1 in the new business.
get a second.
Second.
Second by Murphy. All those in favor, any questions or comments? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All right, so let's start over again. Introduction of ordinance 2026-15. Ordinance 14, to adopt the operating budget of the general fund.
I make a motion that we introduce ordinance 2026-14, an ordinance adopting the operating and budget of general fund revenue and expenditure for the city of Baker.
I have a motion.
Second.
Second by Murphy. Any questions or comments? We're gonna call for the vote. We'll start with District 1,
District 1 votes no.
District 2,
Yes.
District 3,
Yes.
District 4,
Yes.
District 5.
Yes.
Motion carries. All right. Item number 2, introduce ordinance 2026-15, an ordinance to adopt the operating budget of special revenue funds, revenues, and expenditures.
Mr. Mayor, I make a motion to introduce ordinance 26-15, an ordinance to adopt the operating budget of special revenue funds.
Second.
Second by Dunn. Motion by Murphy, second by Dunn. Any questions, any comments? All right, we'll call for the vote. We're hearing none. We'll start with District 1,
District 1 votes no.
District 2,
Yes.
District 3,
Yes.
District 4,
Yes.
District 5.
Yes.
Motion carries. Item number 3, introduce ordinance 2026-16, an ordinance to adopt the capital budget and capital program of governmental funds. I entertain a motion.
I make a motion that we introduce ordinance 2026, an ordinance adopting the capital budget and the capital program of government funds for the city of Baker.
All right, we got a motion by Dunn,
Second.
second by Young. Any questions or comments? Questions or comments? Hearing none, I'll call for the vote. District 1,
No.
District 2,
Yes.
District 3,
Yes.
District 4,
Yes.
District 5.
Yes.
Motion carries. Item number 4, an ordinance to adopt the budget of utility fund revenues, expenditures, and capital improvements. I'll entertain a motion. Ordinance 2026-17.
Mr. Mayor, I make that motion to introduce ordinance 2026-17.
Got a motion by Murphy. Second by Dunn. Any questions or comments? Questions or comments? Hearing none, we'll call for the vote. We'll start with District 5,
Yes.
District 4,
Yes.
District 3,
Yes.
District 2,
Yes.
District 1.
No.
All right. Thank you. Motion carries. Item number 5, introduce ordinance 2026-18, an ordinance to adopt the budget of the cemetery fund revenues and expenditures.
I make a motion that we introduce ordinance 2026-18 for the cemetery funds, revenues, expenditures, and capital improvement for the city of Baker.
Got a motion by Dunn,
Second.
second by Murphy. Any questions or comments? Questions or comments? Hearing none, we'll call for the vote. We'll start with District 5,
Yes.
District 4,
Yes.
District 3,
Yes.
District 2,
Yes.
District 1.
No. Thanks for sending the information at our last meeting concerning the fund from the cemetery.
Okay, you're welcome. All right, item number 6, introduce ordinance 2026-19. This is an ordinance to adopt the budget of the sewage revenue fund, expenditures, and capital improvements. I entertain a motion.
Mr. Mayor, I introduce ordinance 26-18.
19.
19,
Yeah.
sorry.
All right, motion by Murphy. Get a second. Second by Dunn. Any questions or comments? Questions or comments? Hearing none, we'll start with the vote. District number 5,
Yes.
District 4,
Yes.
District 3,
Yes.
District 2,
Yes.
District 1.
No.
All right, motion carries. Thank you. All right, Dr. Benson, item number 7.
Okay. And on this item, both the mayor and our and our attorney was very helpful and provided great insight. This ordinance deals with disturbing the peace. Either one of their names could have gone on this, and they let me be the lead person on this. But we have had a rash of disturbances that have taken place, certainly in District 1. And what we tried to do, and certainly the help of the mayor and the attorney was just indispensable, we have strengthened our disturbing the peace ordinance, and this will provide more, I guess, ammunition, not ammunition, that's a terrible thing to say, but will provide more help to the police when they go out with disturbances that might take place in the street. We wanted to, as we looked at this entire ordinance, we looked at where there is already a very strong one dealing with firing guns, and also there's another one that deals with renting homes that may create problems. But this one is designed to strengthen a whole array of items, and I know when the attorney reads it, you'll see the items that we're trying to cover where we can give our police and law enforcement more authorization to go and solve these issues for us. So if I'm in order, Madam Attorney, if you read that very powerful first section you put on there, or just whatever section you think we could benefit from, because it's just designed to enhance what we have on the book in terms of disturbance of the peace. And there's a rise of that nationwide.
So what we did was expand on the language to be more inclusive. We expanded on the fees. We increased the fees.
Yes.
Where there's a $1,500 fine for a first offense, but for an additional offense, it's a $2,500.
That's right. Thank you.
And the ordinance provides that whereas the City Council of Baker finds that the protection of public peace, safety, order, and welfare is a core municipal responsibility, and whereas disorderly, violent, intimidating, and disruptive conduct in public places undermines the safety of residents, visitors, businesses, and lawful assemblies, whereas the City Council further finds that the existing ordinance should be strengthened to provide clearer standards, more effective enforcement, and greater deterrence against repeat or aggravated violations. Now therefore be it ordained that the City Council for the City of Baker of Louisiana, whereas the City Council finds that the protection of public peace, safety, order, and welfare is a core municipal responsibility, disorderly, violent, intimidating, and disruptive conduct in public places undermines the safety of residents, visitors, businesses, and lawful assemblies. The City Council of Baker further finds that the existing ordinance should be strengthened to provide clearer standards, more effective enforcement, and greater deterrence against repeat or aggravated violations.
Okay, very good. I move adoption of this, and if you look at what we have on the book, this is designed to enhance it and strengthen it.
We got a motion, and
Is this adoption or introduction?
this is introduction.
This is introduction. Yeah. Yeah, we talked about it at our last meeting, and we got
this is the
together
one we talked
to,
about. So we got a we got a motion.
strengthen
Do
it.
we get a second? Can we get a second? Can we get a second?
I will second it.
Okay. Have a motion and a second. Any questions? Any comments? All right. So the ordinance, we needed to strengthen the ordinance. Okay. We really do. We need to do this, and we got a lot of ordinances on the books that we're taking a look at. We're just doing it, just taking a look at it, because they're old ordinances and they don't give the police what they need. This one will give it. We talked to them about this, and this is what we need. So this is a good ordinance here. So we're going to keep working on ordinance like this so we can be able to strengthen it and get more flexibility on how we enforce this kind of stuff. So we have a motion and a second. I'm gonna call for the vote on this, and I'm gonna start over with District 5,
Yes.
District 4,
Yes.
District 3,
Yes.
District 2,
Yes.
District 1.
Yes. Thank you.
All right, motion carries. Thank you. All right, we don't have any public meetings, administrative matters. The only thing I have with administrative matters is that, we got the letter from from the DOTD today, so Levy Lane will soon be a Baker Road.
Okay.
And as soon as that turn into a Baker Road, that 45-mile-an-hour sign, if the council agrees, is changing. We're gonna slow that traffic down a little bit. And so we also are waiting on, we have the capital overlay projects that's at the legislature right now. One of those projects are the projects to do the sidewalks for Levy Lane, at least start that process, and the other one is to do the curb and gutter over on Chamberlain, from Groom Road to the park.
Okay.
Okay,
great.
so hopefully
The gutter?
yeah, well, the curb and gutter.
And,
And so that's that's a lot of money, but we're just waiting on the legislature to pass that. And I have not seen that bill. I've been watching them all day. I have not seen that bill, so I don't know. You know, they seem like they're holding up all the capital outlays.
yeah.
All right. So we already called for the vote. We on administrative matters. All right. So let's move on to announcements, and we have Councilmember Collins.
Election Day is May 16th, 2016. We invite all of you to make sure that you go out and cast your right to vote. Now, if you're not sure, it is now more than ever before an opportunity for you to show your strength and the power of your vote, so please make sure you vote. When you do vote, vote the entire ballot. What that means is don't just pick and choose this part because I don't know much about this part, not do the other part. Things are changing so quickly with the elections that we want to make sure that we're casting our votes for the entire ballot. If you have some questions or want to know from anyone else who did they vote for, you should definitely ask them if you're not sure, and ask them who did they vote for. Follow Power Coalition if you're not already doing so, and stay informed with the amendments and how they affect the way that you live every day. The amendments that you vote on determine whether or not you have the resources that we've become very comfortable with. The absence of those will be felt by everybody. So make sure that not only do you vote, but that you tell people who are next to you or in your proximity that they should also go vote too. Have a voting party, take everybody in your car with you, collect your
Absolutely.
neighbors, and drive all day long. And riding people to the polls because it matters. And we want to make sure that everybody is remembering that this weekend is your final opportunity to vote. And thank you for all of those who early voted. We broke records here in the city of Baker
Yes.
with early voting. It was an amazing thing to see.
Yes.
The
Absolutely.
DeAndre Claiborne Stop the Violence 5K Run and 1 Mile Walk is being held on May 30th right here in the city of Baker at our usual track. So please make sure that you get out and do the work to support the ending violence in our communities. Congratulations to Shayna Claiborne, who won City of Baker Citizen of the Year for her support with the DeAndre Claiborne Stop the Violence. The City of Baker Recreation Association is currently accepting athletes ages 4 to 15 years old to play baseball and or NFL football. If you want more information, please reach out to the City of Baker Recreation or contact Gerald Collins. Thank you for your time.
That's NFL flag football.
NFL flag football, yes, thank you.
Well, I mean, if the 14-year-olds want to play NFL football, they're coming. Well, we just want to get some of the gate. That's what we want to get, some of that gate.
Correction, Mr.
Yes.
Clerk.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, ma'am. All right, Dr. Vincent. No, District 2 announcement, Councilmember Dunn.
Yeah.
Put my glasses on.
Put your glasses on. Thank you, Mayor.
All right.
I would like to make an announcement that June the 13th, 2026, we're going to have the fishing tournament. And we supposed to be getting some good brim stowed into the pond. So y'all come out and fish. And also we're going to have the ribbon cutting of the baseball field, the T-ball field, or
Very
the catch
good.
pitch following that. And the fishing tournament starts from 8 to 12. Bring your fishing poles and bring your baits. And if you don't have them, we may have a few to supply to some of the people. But if you got fishing poles last time, please bring the fishing poles back. But anyway, and also following that from 12 to 1 is the ribbon cutting of our new baseball field.
Great.
And will we be having a game that day? I think we will be having a
they're gonna start playing here real soon.
Yeah, I'm talking about on that day. Will we have a
I haven't
small?
talked to the recreation people, probably so.
I think Jared said that we was, you know. Okay, I think Jared said we was gonna have a.
Maybe, yeah.
Okay then, and that's all I have.
Hey, so look, this is what gets me.
Oh, wait a minute, I have one more thing. I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
All right. I wanted to kind of like elaborate on the voting. The turnout that I went to with Cleo Fields was very poor. The one that he had in Shreveport, I think he said they had over 500 people or something, but the turnout was very big. The turnout that we had here at the BRCC was very small. We might have had 75 people. But the thing is that we need to be able to get out and voice our opinion. We complain and we say that it doesn't matter, it's not going to affect me. But a lot of things is going to affect us whether we believe it or not. And a lot of these young people that's getting out of high school, we need to come up with a remedy to get them to start voting at the age of 17. And they spoke about that a lot. And that way they'll be prepared when 18 comes to go out and vote. We have a lot of students that's graduating this year, 17, that haven't turned 18, but we have been turned 18 before November. And so that vote will count, you know, and I can't stress it enough. I talk about it at my church that vote the whole ballot. Don't, even though they said that the representative, the state representative might don't count, but you never know. It might count. You never know what the judge is going to rule here. You know, they have a lawsuit. So we make sure we vote the whole ticket. Vote everything you see on your ticket, whatever it is. So please vote. Thank you.
All right, well, you must have been knowing what I was going to talk about. So look, with the fishing tournament and the baseball out there, we got to come out and support. We got to stop. We always talking about what's not happening, and then when it happens, and we get 25 people, and you know, and everybody wants it to be free. But come out and support these kids on that day on June 13th, and come out and bring your fishing pole and fish. Sit down and chill out and fish. Put your differences aside. Do what you need to do. But come out and just support everything that's going on. It takes a lot of effort to get these events going, and so we'll move on from there. All right, Dr. Vincent, sir.
Okay, very good. Let me ditto what my colleagues have said about voting. I saw one of my colleagues, Councilwoman Collins, at Mount Pilgrim, and I don't know if I saw any of you down at the state capitol. I looked around, and quite a few people told me to give the mayor regards, and I text him that. But that voting is so important, and when I had a chance, and I'm going long now, to walk into the Capitol, it took me back to my college days when Dr. King spoke at Masonic Temple on Dalton Street, right down the street from Jackson State University. There were some members from the 1913 organization that was there. I'm just teasing my attorney. But it is so important that we, as has been said so very well, that we go out and vote. Too many have paid too high a price for that. Too high a price. In addition to that, I hate to report that the Black History Hall of Fame affair that was scheduled for the 15th had to be canceled because the ticket sale was not what they wanted it to be, and I'll be keeping you abreast of when they're planning to reschedule that. That was a fundraiser for the Lincoln Theater. Some of you might remember the Lincoln Theater and the Lincoln Hotel. That's where James Brown used to come, and Louis Armstrong, and the only places they could come probably in the city and stay at the Lincoln Hotel. So that has been canceled, but I'll keep you posted on that. And the rescheduling. Let me thank Public Works. They did an outstanding job of unstopping the sewer line in portions my neighborhood, and I know they was busy. The mayor told me about 2 water break lines that they were working on that created some problems for some of our constituents. So we hope we've got that settled and they can flush their toilets and go about their business. I'm going to, hopefully, I don't see my friend Mr. Giles here, but Mr. Mayor, you might.
In the back.
He's in the back. Is Mr. Giles back there? Before I leave, Mr. Giles, I might want to see if you can get me 2 cones. There are a couple of broken streets that I'll pass by on my way home, and I'd love to have a cone. I'll tell you where they are, at Darren, Brantley, and on Brantley, just past that vacant lot, and I'm getting calls, and I've called them in, and I know your schedules are just upside down. But if you give me some cones, just like the mayor knows that I keep that caution tape, if I can give me a couple of cones, I'll tell you where they are, and when I finish with them, or you pick them up, I'll retrieve them for you. I'll be responsible. But let me thank Public Works for what they do, and that's very good. I know it's just unbelievable with all these rains and raining that we have had in all these overflow ditches and sewer lines. I would be remiss if I didn't mention, I was out checking on something else, but 5 minutes turned into 30 minutes as everybody saw my little car and they came over. But, Mayor, they are still having a problem with noise at that event center. That's at Plank Road Crossing that buttress up against the Felicia Ann subdivision. Let me thank you and Mr. Cavalier for working on that sign there. But they are still having problems with that event center. I thought the gentleman told us he was going to soundproof that door, but they are still saying that it's not soundproof enough, and at 2 and 3 o'clock in the morning they work night shifts. They cannot go to work rested because of the noise at that event center. And lastly, I've got the cones, and I've called so much. Whenever I call your Department of Public Works, Mr. Giles know I'm out there riding in the neighborhood, and I have to call it while I'm out there riding. So I tell them, I start off by saying, you know I'm out here in the neighborhood, in the district, in the city, and they'll see me and start, and I keep my notepads, 1913, so I can write down and write the address and numbers. But thank you so much, Mayor, for what you and your staff does. It's not easy. I know that. Been there, done that, know a little bit about it, doing it now. That's all that I have, and thank the Public Works for all they do. Unstopping the sewer lines and putting out the cones and other things where there are problems in the city. That's all I have, Mayor. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. All right, that's all we have on here. You guys.
May I have something?
Yeah, go ahead, sir.
On behalf of Councilman Robert Young, he left, but he had this report which talks about the 12th Annual Safest Cities Report, and he wanted us to know that in the top 10, that Baker was number 7, is one of the safest cities in the state of Louisiana. Mm-hmm. And so here's a report. I'm going to pass out to each one of my colleagues, but also it's probably enough for everyone here in the room. But we are number 7, the 7th safest city in the state of Louisiana. And so on his behalf, I wanted to speak that, and I want us to give Baker a hand.
Yeah.
For this.
Thank you.
All right, not only that, I saw that. We always been there. Our water system had an A for the 4th time. Again, we had an A. So
Yep.
out of the state of Louisiana, we're in the top 5. They got A's for our water system. So that deserves a round of applause too to our guys too.
Amen.
All right. So that's all we got, you guys. Make sure y'all look at them condemnation reports, and if you know these people, know that it won't be long. I'll entertain a motion to go ahead and adjourn.
I so move that we adjourn.
You got somebody with their hand up out there.
Okay.
I'd like to speak on the matter that I heard about.
Oh, yes, I forgot to mention what you said. Yes.
If it's not on the agenda, but it is a safety thing,
Well, it concerns economic development and black enterprise.
Well, we can talk about it. If it's not on the agenda, then we really,
Well, can we get it on the agenda for the banning of barbershops?
yeah, me and you could talk about it
I
afterwards.
want to
We'll
get
put
it
it
on
on
the
there.
agenda so I can speak about it.
Okay, we can do
Yeah.
that. Okay.
Thank you.
All
I
right.
wish you had told me you was here. Yes, that's the gentleman that I was telling
Oh,
you
yeah, well,
about, yes.
Right.
I did mention it, Mr. Davis.
Okay.
When,
All right.
not in my comments, but when I saw him.
Yeah, you
The
talk.
meeting started.
Yeah, Mr. Davis can talk about it. We can do that. But remember that we'll move to that. I'll talk to you about that afterwards, and then you can speak on it when we come back to it again. We'll put it on there. All right. Let me get a motion. We got a motion by Vincent. Second. Got a second by Murphy. Any questions or comments for the adjournment? All in favor of adjournment, say aye. Aye. Ayes have it. We adjourn. All right. All right. Board of Commissioners, nominee Pete Heine, Memorial Gardens, call to order. I make a motion that we accept the meetings from the previous meeting.
Second.
Second by Murphy. Any questions or comments? Questions or comments? All those in favor say aye. Aye. We just had a report last meeting. I'll make a motion that we adjourn.
Second.
Motion by Waite, second by Dunn. Any questions or comments? Hearing none, all those in favor say aye. Aye. Ayes have it. All right, call to order. Baker Consolidated Utilities Commission. Disposition of the minutes of the previous meeting. I make a motion that we accept the minutes from the previous meeting with any changes. Second by Dunn, motion by Waite.
And
Any
I think
questions?
they had a report the last
Yeah,
time.
we had a report last time. Yeah.
Thank you.
All right. No questions, no comments. All those in favor say aye. Aye. Ayes have it. I'll make a motion that we adjourn.
Second.
Second by Dunn and Vincent. Any questions or comments? Hearing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. We adjourn.
Okay.
All right, thank you.
Okay.
Turn your mics off.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah, I saw him get up to leave. Yeah, I was spiking this afternoon, and I didn't put it on my comments, but that's why I mentioned it to you. Yeah, and it's just a moratorium. And I think he was trying to stop the people from taking their